How did Lionel Scaloni make Argentina great again? When the Argentine Football Association announced the appointment of an unproven caretaker manager in August 2018, the collective reaction in Buenos Aires was one of absolute disbelief. Legendary figure Diego Maradona openly remarked that the new coach couldn't even direct traffic, let alone the most scrutinized national team on earth. This man had zero senior head coaching experience. He was a quiet, unassuming assistant who inherited a fractured dressing room, a broken sporting structure, and a deeply demoralized superstar who was contemplating permanent international retirement. Yet, against all mathematical probabilities, this accidental manager would go on to rewrite football history. He didn't just mend a broken team, he broke a 28-year trophy drought, conquered South America, captured the global crown in Qatar, and transformed Argentina into the most terrifyingly efficient, tactically chameleonic powerhouse in modern international football. Welcome to Football Overload. Today, we are conducting a forensic tactical audit of one of the greatest managerial redemptions in sports history. We are dismantling the myth that Argentina won simply because they possessed a divine number 10, and diving deep into the structural engineering that turned total chaos into gold. If you want to uncover the real strategic blueprints behind elite football, make sure to hit that subscribe button right now. You won't want to miss our future breakdowns. To truly appreciate the genius of Lionel Scaloni, we first have to revisit the sheer, unadulterated disaster he inherited. The period between 2014 and 2018 was a dark age of psychological trauma for La Albiceleste. Despite boasting an ungodly generation of attacking wealth, Argentina was a graveyard of managerial ideas. The national team lost 3 consecutive major finals in heartbreaking fashion, developing a severe institutional complex. By the time the 2018 World Cup arrived in Russia, the tactical setup under Jorge Sampaoli had devolved into pure anarchy. Sampaoli favored a rigid, dogmatic brand of high-pressing positional play that his squad simply lacked the physical profiles or training hours to execute. The result was total structural fracture. Midfielders were isolated, the defensive transition was non-existent, and the weight of the sky blue and white jersey felt completely paralyzing. Players operated under a suffocating cloud of public toxicity, playing out of fear rather than intuition. When France eliminated them in a wild, disorganized 4-3 defeat in the round of 16, it felt like the absolute nadir. The empire was in total ruins. When Scaloni stepped into the vacuum, his first revolutionary act was to completely abandon the dogmatic tactical arrogance of his predecessors. He realized an essential truth that previous elite managers had missed: you do not build a rigid club-style structure and force international players to robotically adapt to it. Instead, you design a fluid, pragmatic ecosystem tailored to your unique human raw materials. Scaloni systematically dismantled the aging squad and integrated fresh, hungry, unheralded profiles who were entirely free from the historical trauma of past final defeats. He injected ruthless, front-footed defensive arrogance with Christian "Cutie" Romero, discovered a psychoanalytical penalty-saving monster in Emiliano Dibu Martinez, and revolutionized the center of the pitch. Tactically, Scaloni pioneered the protective polygon. In possession, Argentina shifted away from rigid touchline spacing into a tight, fluid, asymmetric engine. He built a dynamic midfield unit consisting of Rodrigo de Paul, Enzo Fernandez, and Alexis Mac Allister. When building out from the back, Enzo would drop deep between or next to the centre-backs to orchestrate progression. Simultaneously, Mac Allister and de Paul would position themselves tightly in the central channels to pin opposition midfielders. This central proximity allowed Argentina to pass out of tight spaces with extreme technical efficiency, but more importantly, it built a physical block directly behind the front line. This protective polygon was engineered to solve the ultimate riddle of modern football: how to maximize an aging, legendary Lionel Messi. In previous systems, Argentina treated Messi like a logistical savior. The default strategy was to give him the ball at the halfway line and pray he could dribble past 6 defenders to score. It forced Messi to do absolutely everything: progress the ball, create the opening, and finish the play, which left him physically exhausted and isolated. Scaloni flipped the script entirely. He realized that the goal wasn't to build a system that forced Messi to do everything, it was to build a system that allowed Messi to do anything. Because the fluid midfield engine of de Paul, Mac Allister, and Fernandez completely handled the structural duties of ball progression and central retention, Messi was liberated from dropping deep into his own half. He was granted a free, wandering role to exploit spaces organically. Furthermore, Scaloni designed a ferocious rest defense and transition mechanism specifically to cover for Messi's off-the-ball limitations. The moment Argentina turns the ball over, the younger, high-endurance profile surrounding Messi instantly trigger a suffocating press, hunting the ball down within seconds. This allows Messi to completely conserve his energy for explosive, match-winning bursts in the final third. Scaloni stripped away the burden of carrying a nation and replaced it with a tactical security blanket. Why Argentina is impossible to beat. This structural adaptation has turned Argentina into a footballing chameleon, which is precisely why they are so impossibly difficult to prepare for or beat in a knockout tournament setting. They do not possess a single, dogmatic identity. They do not care about style points. They are comfortable in any phase of a football match. If an opponent sets up in a deep, compressed low block, Argentina uses their micro-connections, clustering players tightly on one side of the pitch to draw the defense inward before releasing a sudden switch to the opposite flank. If an opponent attempts to execute a high-intensity press, Argentina welcomes the pressure, utilizing the composure of McAllister, Enzo, and Paredes to circulate the ball effortlessly before executing vertical thrusts to outlets like Julian Alvarez or Lautaro Martinez. Even when matches push into deep water, such as their intense 2026 World Cup knockout battles, Scaloni exhibits a complete lack of emotional panic. In their recent quarter-final against Switzerland, when the opponent collapsed into a stubborn 10-man low block during extra time, Scaloni didn't hesitate. He subbed out his midfield controller for a third central striker, flooding the box with 3 centre-forwards simultaneously to break the Swiss resistance through sheer volume and numerical overload. They are an elite tactical shapeshifter. Ultimately, Scaloni's greatest triumph wasn't born on a tactical whiteboard, it was forged in the emotional architecture of the dressing room. He understood that the heaviest opponent Argentina ever faced was the suffocating weight of public expectation. To break this psychic barrier, he surrounded himself with a coaching staff steeped in humility and historical reverence. They spoke the exact emotional language the players needed to hear. Scaloni stripped away the corporate celebrity ego, replacing the high-pressure environment with the sacred simplicity of a backyard asado. He fostered an unbreakable, family-first collective identity where every player was willing to run through brick walls to protect their number 10. Lionel Scaloni, the man who supposedly couldn't direct traffic, didn't just build a winning soccer team. He constructed an historical juggernaut that embraces tactical suffering, weaponizes emotional unity, and masters the art of controlled chaos. He built a system where individual genius is protected by structural perfection. And that is exactly how he made Argentina great again. If you want to continue uncovering the true tactical realities shaping global football, make sure to hit that subscribe button right here on Football Overload. Drop a comment below. Is Scaloni's flexible, pragmatic blueprint the definitive formula for international tournament success, or can a rigid club-style philosophy find a way to crack La Scaloneta? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you for the next breakdown.